All right, guys, so today we are going to go over a variation of the Turkish get-up. Now, the Turkish get-up is an exercise that I've been using for a very, very long time for a lot of different exercises. And you guys have heard me say that, you know, when I first wrote my book, The Kettlebell Notebook, one of the biggest friggin' pet peeves I had is that you would go through these books that taught you about kettlebells, and they would give you the same 10 or 12 exercises over and over and over again. This is actually one of those 12 exercises. This is one of the fundamentals of kettlebell training, and it's a phenomenal exercise. However, it's not necessarily a great exercise if you're a beginner or if you have any kind of shoulder injuries. So if that's you and you fall in this category, I don't want you to try this exercise yet. There's other variations we can come out with that we'll be able to show you to make this exercise a little bit more regressed. But otherwise, I'm going to show you a variation we've been putting onto this this exercise, the Turkish get-up. I can't talk today, to make it even more of a mobility exercise than what it really is, all right? So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna take the kettlebell, and when I do this one, right, don't get my fat side, and when I go to do this one, I'm gonna add a part at the bottom. So the way we start, right, you start the bell above your head, right? Now, a lot of people, they'll have you start the Turkish get up from the ground, all right? I start from the top, because we do them in group fitness classes a lot, and most times you're starting from the standing position anyway, so it makes no sense for me to have you go down to the ground just to stay to the ground to stand up and go to the next exercise. Let's keep shit simple, right? So all I'm gonna do, I'm gonna step back with the opposite leg, all right? Opposite leg steps down and back, and I'm right here. Now, here's the part where everybody fucks up, right? Everybody wants to lean down and backwards. We're not gonna do that. I'm gonna pretend somebody's standing right next to me. I'm gonna rotate down and forward, so I'm in my obliques. Now, come to the side so you can get my foot. Now, if you're tall like me, you'll notice you'll probably have to shimmy your foot out a little bit so you have space. But keeping my shoulder blades tight, I'm gonna step through, I'm gonna drop down to my hip, I'm gonna rotate down nice and slow, and I'm right here. Now that's the first part of the Turkish get-up, the basic downward portion, right? Now from here, I would normally stand back up. However, I wanna stretch out my chest, my shoulder, and my rib cage muscle. I'm gonna preface this by saying, before you do this, maybe you switch to a lighter dumbbell or a lighter kettlebell. What I'm gonna do from here, I'm gonna bring my arm out of the way, I'm gonna lift my leg across my body, and keeping my arm up, I'm gonna try to get my chest down to the ground while keeping my eyes up on the bell. And I'm gonna stabilize with my shoulder blades, and I'm gonna hold that, right? You can see how my dicky doo is on the ground as much as possible. I'm squeezing that. And then I'm out of it. I throw a little press in there to take some pressure off the shoulder. And then I'm right back up. I hold the bridge for a second so I can exaggerate the shoulder blade connection. Pop my leg through. I rotate up. Now, when you go to stand, you should stand up with your arm extended. However, some people have shoulder injuries or knee injuries too, and the standing up part might not be the most comfortable. So in the interest of making you do the rest of the exercise and not avoid it, I have some people modify the rack position and then stand up for there. Like I said, it's something we just do to modify for our group setting. So this way people are still willing to do the other 80% of the exercise. That's just beneficial for them. So that was one side. Now I have to do my other side. All right? Right up. Now my back's been killing me, so don't give me any shit if I fucking do this wrong, right? So remember, opposite foot steps down and back. I'm not looking at the ground. The ground's not going anywhere. Unlike my parents, the ground will always be there for you, all right? Rotate down and forward. You know somebody watching this is laughing and somebody else is crying right now. Hands down to the ground. I'm gonna step through, hips, elbow, shoulder one, shoulder two, right? I'll typically just come across. This is my better side. And you can see how I'm almost completely flat, not fat, flat, right? I'm gonna hold that stretch safely. Some of you guys, this might not be a good idea. If you're not sure, talk to your trainer, your coach, whoever you're working with, or shoot us a DM. And then I'm back up. I hold the butt bridge. Now, another way I like to do this is I step across, all right? I come down to a warrior pose. I come around. Just another way you can modify it. And then same thing, whether you go from the rack position or from the arm extended, we're up and we're back down. Now, real quick, right? Let's say some of you guys have a bad shoulder. One of the biggest methods that we use in the beginning, right? Some people don't feel comfortable holding a kettlebell over their head. So, you're laughing because we did this before. So one of the things I do, I don't have a cup of water, I have coffee. So one of the things I would do is if I'm having somebody brand new do a Turkish get-up, right? I would have them use a cup of water. Why? You still have to keep the same mobility, the same control, the same force generation, all that shit. But rather than dropping a bell on your head or tearing your shoulder, you're just gonna spill water, or in my case, hot coffee, right? The threat of death and injury is a great motivator. So let's see what we got. So I'm gonna do this on my good side, right? This is totally gonna backfire on me. Not really. So you're also gonna have to learn speed control, because even though we're talking about a cup of coffee here and I don't wanna spill the water, if I'm doing a heavy kettlebell and I go too fast, I won't be able to stabilize what's going on and I will fall. So it's a good crossover, right? So opposite hand, opposite leg. Hold on, I need some coffee first. Caffeine's a hell of a drug, right? And obviously the more water or the more coffee that's in your cup, the better it is, right? Opposite leg, you see how now I really have to control my motion and stabilize what's going on so I don't spill any of the glorious coffee on me or my clothes, which is why I wear all black, right? And you really have to control the motion phenomenally, right? This is the shitty part. You motherfucker. I gotta keep this PG-13, remind me not to curse. I'm up, I'm stretched, right? My life. And I'm back. And it's really teaching me how to control the motion and not be jerky, right? My wife calls me a jerk all the time. I figure I need to work on that. Right, I'm doing good so far. I'm up, right? And I stabilize, and I'm up to the top. I think that's a little reward. So I know, oh, there we go. I almost got away with it. So I know a lot of you guys are laughing, but that's actually a technique we use a lot in the past for our clients, especially when we're just trying to first teach them this move, because it's a very safe way to do this exercise. Worst case scenario, you can get a little water on you. However, it's gonna force you to still move with control and grace, so this way you're not just slopping up and slopping it down, and it's really gonna force you to have to control the motion and pay attention to what's going on. So I very, very, very highly suggest, if you've never done this exercise before, start with a cup of water. After you do a couple sets with a cup of water, try with a light dumbbell, try with a light kettlebell, to eventually where, I mean, shit, I've done it, not recently, but in the past, I've done it with a 135-pound bar over my head, and it was very hard. I don't recommend it, but we were able to do it because I had the speed, the control, and the balance as we went. So that is the Turkish get up with the scorpion stretch added in the bottom. Hopefully that made sense for you guys. If you're having some questions on it, or if you're not sure, like I said, show this video to your local trainer, fitness instructor, coach, whoever you might be working with. Or if you don't have any of those and you have any questions, you can always reach out to us here, and either myself or one of the coaches to kind of maybe help guide you in the right direction, give you some clarity with maybe where you're stuck, and give you some other tips and advice on how you can take this exercise and maybe start phasing it into your own programming, all right? But guys, that is the Turkish get up with the scorpion stretch in the bottom. We've been using them with a lot of our clients, and especially just from sitting down all day and being tight inside of here, it's a great exercise for opening everything up. And typically we'll do, in our classes for programming, we'll do like 1 or 2 reps in the right, 1 or 2 reps in the left. We'll go to a different exercise, like let's say we're doing lat pull downs, right? I'll do lat pull downs, I'll do split squat lunges on both sides, and then we'll throw 1 or 2 Turkish get-ups on both sides. We have a nice little circuit that does a little bit of everything, all right? Guys, hope that makes sense. Let me know how that works out for you, and I will see you guys in the next video.